Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our very first episode of Off the Chat with Utica. I am your host, Antonia Onu, and joining me here today are not one but two amazing members from the Utica Capital. Can we meet you, please?
Okay, so my name is Louis Wagu and I'm in the Transformation and Innovation Department of Utica Capital.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Louis.
Thank you.
Okay, and my name is Joy Mele. I'm in the business department.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Joy. So I'm going to be asking them the multi-million dollar question. If you were not working at a fund management firm like Utica Capital Limited, would you know about investing? So first off, let me answer the question. I don't think I would have any idea whatsoever of what investing is all about. Actually, I would think investing has to be something that our rich uncles do. So let's now find out if this is actually the case or not. So here's my burning question. I think I'll be directing this one to Louis. Louis, before your career in finance, what would investing mean to you?
Okay, so for me, investing, what I thought was investing was for big men. Like business and doing big businesses. When you hear investing, you know that maybe they are investing in a particular, maybe real estate. And when you hear of real estate, there are big amounts of money. So that's what I always thought about investing. Investing, all I know about money was saving, but investing, I felt was for big and rich
Wow. Okay,
men.
so as we go on, we are going to find out what investing really is all about. Okay, the second question, Joy, let me show you this one. Can you remember the first time you heard the term diversified portfolio?
That should be maybe 2021 when I got into banking.
Okay.
So of course, before we just assumed that people just saved, but I mean, having a lot of money and then actually knowing where to save it, who to save it to, the instruments to use is something that I think it's just basically people in the finance space that understands it very well.
And this was roughly in what year?
That's probably 5 years ago.
Wow, sounds like you've been doing this forever. All right, so I'm dying to ask this particular question. I think I'll direct it to Louis. Louis, what are some of the misconceptions you had about investing before you joined the financial service world?
Okay, like I said, the misconception was the major thing was about big amount of money. So it was about big men. When you hear of what I knew about investing at the time before I joined the financial space was maybe take a look at these football clubs. You hear that somebody bought the club and that's an investment. So that's what I always knew about investing. Big money, big men, and it was
something you have to have
huge money for. Yes. So getting land, buying land, land gets its, they say land appreciates, and it's not something you do with 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira. So that's what I always thought.
Amazing. Honestly, I wish someone told me what investment is all about earlier.
Really,
so I think now we can now debunk that misconception. We know somehow that investment doesn't have to do with having.
If I knew what I knew now,
then you will probably be
I'll probably be someone's own example of investment.
Okay, amazing. All right, moving on. Let's ask Joy. Was there a particular moment or experience that changed how you view money or investments? What was that bombshell moment for you that changed your orientation about investment and money?
That's quite a question. Okay. So why growing up, we understood that money is you make money and then you spend money, right? So so basically, when you see people, I mean, I had a friend one time and she was actually a trust fund baby.
Okay.
Like she understood stock. She understood, I mean, her parents bought stock in her name. So she understood, and it was just, for me, it was a new thing because I had not experienced that. I didn't come from that space. And then it actually inspired me to know, okay, I could save. I remember then, I think 2015, I opened a piggy bank account and that's when it came out. I think that's what, so we started trying to save, to see if I could get extra money and all of this stuff. And it was an eye-opener for me at the time because I did not actually understand the concept of, let's invest for the future, right? And to me, I feel like you have to buy land to actually, money must be made. You have to be very rich too. So it just hand to mouth, basically. You know, you make money and then you spend money, and that was just it for me for a long time.
So your friend was like that moment.
Yeah, she was an
she made
eye
you
opener
for you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, I think I'm beginning to see why we have you on this particular podcast. All right. The next question should be directed to Luis. Okay, Luis. Since joining Utica, how has your perspective on managing money evolved?
Oh, it has evolved
Since
a
joining us.
whole lot. Yeah,
Okay.
it has evolved a whole lot. So I
so?
got to know more about investing. I got to know about diversification of funds. So even if I know I've not been the best at budgeting, I got to know about budgeting and the like. So it has really impact. Joining Utica Capital has really helped me in terms of managing my money and particularly investing.
That's really amazing. Okay. Now I like the fact that you actually said that with your full chest.
Yes, no, normal.
You can proudly say
Normal.
that joining Utica has really,
Really,
that's
really.
amazing. I think you
Yeah.
deserve a round of applause for that. Okay,
Sure.
time to spill more secrets. I will ask Joy this particular one. Joy, let's talk business.
Okay.
What's something you wish every young professional knew about investing?
Okay. First, saving, I mean, there's a difference between savings and then there's everything investment. A lot of people think savings are investments. Savings is short term, investment is long term. So I feel like everybody needs to understand that you have to plan for the future.
Of course.
The future will plan itself. And if you don't start now, you definitely going to get to that point where you're like, had I known. So I feel like it's very important that people understand that you cannot, Nigerians as a whole, typically, they like quick money, right? Now. So I think it's necessary to understand that as much as we're trying to, make money for the now, we have to also plan for the future. So it's important to try to invest, no matter how small. And it's very, very funny how, you know how they say a little drop of water makes an ocean. Like with a little bit of just 5,000 naira or 1,000 naira, if you do it for like 10 years, you'll be surprised how much that has given you. And this is money that we actually, we throw away. We use it to do favorites, things that are not necessarily important, right? So if you can invest it for yourself in the long run, you actually thank yourself for doing that. So yeah.
I want to share something. So since joining Utica now, basically, people don't even just know me as maybe someone that is into tech now, but basically the first point of business is into investment. So I've talked to a lot of people about investing, and the first thing I tell them is don't look at investing as a business. Don't look at it as want to get 100% in 2 weeks or whatever. So it takes time. It takes patience. So you need to just have that mentality of the future, just like she said. So just start small, as little as you can. Just start somewhere, and like we have the different types of assets that you can invest in. So you can, if you try maybe stocks, and you can try bonds, just try as little, just start somewhere, because over time you'll be surprised where your portfolio balance is.
Yeah. Okay, but I thought you mentioned bonds here. Yeah. I thought bonds are like relationship,
No, bonds. I mean, bonds. I meant like federal government bonds or maybe Euro bonds. Euro bonds may be too much for young professionals, as the questions go. But for federal government bonds, there are different vehicles that accumulate maybe lower amounts. Maybe federal government bonds, you may be seeing 1 million. If 1 million is too much, you can go through some houses that have 1,000 or 5,000 vehicles that can accumulate that amount for you. So before you know it, you may have that your 1 million set to do it over time.
That's an interesting one. Okay, I think I should direct the next question, seeing as this is going to Louis. Yeah. Okay. Louis? What is one financial myth you would love to debunk on this podcast?
Oh,
one financial. I feel like they might come for you for this particular one. You want to debunk it live.
Is it ready?
Something people think is true, but it's not. So please share with us on this space.
I don't know where it's readily available now, but the one that can maybe come to my head is you can't make money overnight.
I think
you
Say that
can't
one loud for
you
people at
can't
the back.
you can't make money
Can they
overnight.
hear you at the back?
That's just the thing.
Please
So
listen. Can you hear him at the back?
there are cases of instant wealth, but
Yeah.
that's not making money. You can't make money overnight. That's
Overnight,
just
it's not possible.
that's
Yes, they
Yeah.
are
it's not
telling
possible.
you, come and double your
It's not
investment under
possible.
24 hours. You can get it here,
It's
live
not.
and direct.
You may benefit from it once or twice, but in the long run,
It's
Yeah.
never a
it
lasting.
is
No,
it is not.
definitely
It's
not.
not
There's high chances that you might lose your funds, lose everything
exactly.
you own. Even
One
if that's
person
24 hours.
may be lucky, but millions
The
of
next
others
person
may be
Will
affected.
suffer for it.
affected.
Yeah,
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for that amazing one.
yeah.
I think that's a good one. That's actually a good one. Okay, let us direct the next question to Joy. So, Joy, this is the real tip now. In your opinion, what makes Utica approach to fund management different from others?
Okay. First, Utica Capital is very, very client oriented. So I think one thing, because I've had experience to work with other financial space, and I could say that Utica Capital, they value their customers, and that's something that you don't see everywhere. In the finance space, people would notice that when you want to get accounts, they are always very excited with you. But when after that day, the next time
You see the other side.
you're queuing on the
You
bank,
see the other
there's a lot of
To
process.
collect the
But
money back.
when it comes to Utica Capital, they're eager to respond to the clients, existing prospects,
I second
new,
that.
and I think that's a very, very it's actually a unique thing in the finance space. It's very, very unique too, because finance can be stressful a bit, but the fact that they understand that the client comes first is an amazing pointer for the company. Another thing is our rates are actually very good,
Very good.
very, very good.
Okay. What personal habits or mindset shift has helped you the most when it comes to money?
Yeah, I already said that.
I notice I'm always asking you the money.
Yeah,
questions.
it's no longer secret since I mentioned it before about budgeting and spending of money. So that's one habit that I know that I've improved on over time since working with Utica. So yeah, the budgeting aspects and like I said, diversification of funds. So I don't. No one thing about this life is when someone should ask you for money and you tell them you don't have money, they feel that you don't have money in your account, that you don't have money in your life. But they don't understand that you've put this money in different places. You don't have it liquid. You don't have it presently. So that's perspective of some people I don't even understand. But when they get to learn more, maybe if they watch this video, so they may understand that it's not just about I don't have money, then it means you don't have money at all. Yeah. So, but the budgeting, the diversification of that habit has really
Okay, this one is off the script. They tell us to do what? Sometimes they say save for the rainy days. Do you understand?
Yeah,
What
and then
if
rain will not fall the next
do
day.
you understand? What if I save right now and it rains the next day? How do I?
Anyway, so the thing about saving or investing for the rainy day is you don't put all your money. So that's where the budgeting aspect comes in. So you have money for flexing. You have money
Not just
for
putting
investing.
everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you put everything, it will
You go
the rain will
Yeah.
definitely fall the next
Definitely
day.
fall the
And
next
there are
day.
kind of there are investment that you do for different purposes. So
Exactly.
if you want to keep money for emergency fund and you actually do not know when the emergency comes,
Yeah.
it's actually advisable to do fixed income, like fixed deposits, because you can actually terminate.
Yeah.
Now you cannot put that kind of money in a commercial paper, for example, because it's going to be hard for it to terminate, or a treasury bill, because you have to like find buyers for you to get your money back. So it might take time. So you have to understand, if you understand the investment aspect very well, understand your instruments, then you know exactly where to put a particular money. So that's why the diversification of portfolio comes in play. So it's important to understand every aspect.
I think we should even go heavy on this your money working for you thing. Okay, if this money is in the bank, I think it will just remain. I put 2,000 in the bank.
It will reduce
minus charges,
minus
electronic, and
Yeah.
all
ATM
those
card
motor.
charges
Do you
and all that.
understand? But
Yes.
then putting it in an investment, oh my god.
Yeah, so that working for you, it's because you get interest every day.
Is
Yes,
that not
that's true.
amazing?
So that's the thing.
That's
Every
true.
day.
Why
Every
would
day.
people not want to jump on this kind of opportunity?
I feel
Some
like most
people
times they
that
don't know.
patience.
They don't
One
know.
They
there's
don't
So
that
know.
there's
most
that
people don't know.
yeah,
Unawareness.
Yeah.
That's the key factor.
yeah, and then
Unawareness. I think that's why we're addressing this right now. I think that's
Yeah.
why
yeah,
that's
Yeah.
why we're letting them know so that
Yeah.
and
they will
then
be
there's
aware.
that what's the word now? I don't care attitude. I don't have this business for. I don't have patience.
And
Patience
again,
is the
too,
word.
too, also trust issues
Trust
because
Yeah,
people
trust
actually,
issues. My
they
goodness,
trust the
that's
bank
another thing.
and they feel like okay because that's what
Yeah,
they know. Most people
yeah.
don't even understand CMO. When they hear
Okay.
CMO, they don't even know what it is.
Once they hear investment firm,
Please,
They are
we already
scared.
know
They are panicked. So
the
I
three
think that's
letter word.
another situation. That's something else that comes in play. Trust.
Yeah,
trust.
trust.
Yeah.
A very
I
big
think that
one.
one should also be addressed.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yes.
should try and address that as
How
well.
how are we going to address that?
The trust.
So
Yeah,
we
I
don't
think
necessarily need to address it. We just
okay.
need to educate people more
On
where to verify these things. We have
Yeah.
the CAC,
okay.
we have the SEC, the Security and Exchange
Exchange
Commission. So
commission
you go to their website,
and check
verify all these
to be
Companies.
sure
investment
that
Yeah.
companies
wherever you are investing is legitimate.
Yes,
yes,
It's not like you're going
exactly.
for
licensed
a
and
hunt
registered.
and
Yeah,
Yeah, as I always say, make research. People should ask
make
questions
ask
too.
research
questions.
Who is the
exactly.
face behind this business? You need to understand. You
And
need to know.
there's a particular, if it is too good to be true,
It's
Run.
definitely fishy.
There's
It is
something wrong.
definitely
because you can't be promising rates that are ridiculous rates,
off the
60%.
charts.
Because the question is, why
Off
are
the
they
charts.
So
investing the
you
money?
should you
Why are they
should
getting the
ask
returns?
Thank
questions.
you. Thank you.
Exactly, what are they doing? What
How
are
do
they
they make their
using the
own money?
money for?
You're not asking, you're just
Ask questions, relevant questions
it is
before
very
you do that.
important. It is very
Yeah.
important to
Yeah.
ask questions. Okay, I think we've established that already. Let's move on to the next question. I'll be asking this one to Joy. So this is something I feel like everybody probably wonders about. Okay, and the question is, how do you balance investing for the future with living in the now? How do we balance investing in the future with living in the now? I'm probably earning 60K salary, and of course I'll have one or two responsibilities now. I need to live now, and I also need to plan for my future. So how do I put them on the same scale?
To be honest, first, I understand the issue of underemployment in Nigeria.
Okay.
That's when you're actually, employed, but the
It's not
fee, the
giving.
money is
At
not it,
all.
and
Not
that's
giving.
actually a big situation when it comes to Nigeria because of cheap labor and the rest of the situation. So I advise young people to actually get more jobs as much as possible. It doesn't have to be a 9 to 5. Get
Okay.
something else, a side
Anything you
hustle,
can lay your
right?
hands on.
And that's why I always tell people that if you have a side hustle, then you have a 9 to 5. It helps you. So one, provides for you the basic, the rest provides for you for the future. So you have to think in that axis. And if you actually have a good 9 to 5 that is, giving you the whole, it can actually cover both. Always, and it's not about, like I said, investment is not about carrying huge funds, right? You can start with something small. If you can do 5,000, do 5,000.
So
If you
there
can
are
do
5,000
1,000,
naira
yes, of
investments.
course.
Wow.
You can do
Wow.
1,000, do 1,000. You can even start with, okay, target savings. Then it builds up for you. You can do like 5,000 for a year, just doing target savings now.
Wow.
And then it builds up for you. In the middle of after the end of the year, you pick the box up and then you put in a fixed income investment.
Exactly.
Then from you create, and of course, start
Like
with
that.
low investments, right? Low risk investment. Then for fixed income, you can move it to maybe mutual funds, money markets. Then from there, you can move it to stock. So if you keep on growing as it goes.
So why will you be broke in the future?
Exactly.
No chance, like absolutely no chance. Why will you be
Yeah.
broke in future? There is absolutely no chance. I love that. I think that's you've been paying attention to strategic classes. You can plan very well. I think I love that. I will adopt that method.
Yeah.
Have a side hustle apart from your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So one covers your use and
No.
the other one for your investment.
Exactly.
I think somebody at the back is listening to us right now. Yeah, I think hope you guys are listening to me at the back. Okay, let's ask the next question to do this. We've been asking you about money, 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 money. Let's change the dynamics a little bit. So we're going to unpack this question for a second. The question is, what is your favorite part of working in this industry?
My favorite. Okay,
Your
are there multiple
favorite-
questions in that? Or
No,
this is just a
what's
question?
your favorite part of working in Utica? That
My
part
favorite
of it
part
that
of
you like
working in
most.
Utica or working in the industry,
Yes.
because
But
working in the industry
Yes.
has opened my eyes to financial to the financial world, right? Because I like well I can I'm not boasting, but I know I can explain some things that I didn't know the slightest as at 5 years ago. Right. So it has opened my mind. It has also opened my mind to investing and the concepts of investing, managing investments and diversification of these investments. Working in Utica Capital has also given me that. So I I I know a thing, or at least to an extent, about every department. At least we have these knowledge sharing sections every week. So each member of the team, each member of the Utica team is expected to present something, share knowledge about something. So if someone in the finance department comes and shares something, I know that one. If someone in the business development department comes, like that.
On and on, you fix it.
Yeah.
And you're a complete box.
So I know a thing about
parts. That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think we should clap for Utica Capital.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. All right, we'll move on to the last but not the least question, and our beautiful lady Joy will be taking that one. The question is like this. Just take this one for the road, yeah. What advice would you give to someone who feels intimidated with the idea of investing?
Okay, first, I understand that investment can be a bit scary, especially if you do not have the amount of, you don't have enough funds, right? And of course, enough knowledge about it. So there's reasons to be scared. But one thing is, we have Google, we have ChatGPT. Learn, read as much as possible. Read about these things. If somebody tells you, "Oh, I want to invest in commercial," go and read about. You need to know what you're doing, right? It's on that, based on that knowledge, that you're able to understand if this person is actually being sincere to you, or because like I said, treasury bills rates and bonds, they are public knowledge. You can actually Google it. So if somebody is offering you treasury bills of 60%, you ask the question, how?
How do you make your money?
But if you don't read, you won't know, right? You won't know if you don't read. So it's very important that you also have to, have this interest in learning, in understanding the space, because I actually say that what you don't understand, don't be part of it, right? If you must do crypto, learn it. If you must do commodity investments, go and learn it. Read about it, understand the process, and apart from understanding it, you also have to have you have to understand the people that are managing these funds for you, because that's what that's how you build trust, right? So don't always be too quick. Don't be too quick. Always take your time, review the company, learn about the company, learn about finance, learn about money, because for the money to grow, you have to understand how your money is growing. And also, of course, always monitor your investments. Okay, because you have issues of people saying, "Oh, I traveled out of the country, I came back, my money is gone," all of those stuff. So you have to monitor your investments. And as human beings in general, I think along run, we also have to be our brother's keepers, and so we can actually be able to build trust among one another.
That's a brilliant one. Louis, do you have anything to add to what she has said?
I don't know, maybe you come with the question again.
How will you convince someone that has no idea about investing to invest? Like, what will you tell the person? Imagine coming to me now that, okay, my company will offer so interest. I don't even know what investing is all about.
So
how do you convince me, get me to invest with?
Well, so I know that it's really not easy to convince people currently, since I think it was 2016 when the whole Ponzi scheme, Ponzi scheme crashed, and still happened now. So it's not easy to condemn. Okay, I put my money in this ABC. Then you're not coming to tell me about Utica. How am I sure Utica and this ABC are not the same thing? Well, it's really not easy. But then, just like Joy said, you learn, know about these people. Okay, I told you about, you heard about ABC and ABC crashed. Did you check about ABC? No. And I'm coming to you to tell you that Utica Capital, see, go to SEC website, go to CAC, go check. We're not hidden. So, okay, what are we using the money for? It is on our website. Everything is there. There's transparency. So it's not easy, but that's just the way to start. And then you don't promise them to come and do 5 million for it. Just start as little as 5,000, 10,000, and just like that.
Thank you. And it's a wrap for today on Off the Chat with Utica. I am your humble host, Antonia Onu, and thank you to our guests.
Thank you, Louis Maru.
Joy, brother.
See you some other time.
All right.
Bye.